Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, doing another top 3 video. This time covering the draft next year for 2019, the NFL draft. Want to do this because it's a bye week for the 49ers. There's nothing to talk about. Don't want to keep this week kind of empty. Wanted to talk about something. So why not look into next year, because the 49ers are already 2-8. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. I think this is a perfect time to talk about it right now. We know what the 49ers are. We know what they're good at. And we also know what they do need for 2019. I'm going to be covering that, the positions that I believe that the 49ers need to address in the draft in order to be competitive in 2019 and hopefully make the playoffs. Going to be covering that. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you are not subscribed already. That would definitely be helpful. Like this video, do all that cool stuff. Let's just get into it. Let's kick some butt. The top 3 draft needs for the 49ers in 2019. Coming in at number 3, I have wide receiver. Now, there's a lot of definitions to a wide receiver. What type do we need? Do we need a big body guy? Do we need a number 1 receiver? There's a lot of questions for the 49ers in terms of that position, because I think we saw the game against the Giants that literally our biggest receiver was George Kittle, and he's a tight end. We really need to find someone in that spot to be the dominant guy to go to. Or not, I wouldn't say dominant. I wouldn't be over-relying like Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson. Don't want anything like that. I want someone that we can just rely on to get all the plays, kind of like an Adam Thielen in Minnesota. If we can have that type of guy, then I think the 49ers would be in better shape for any quarterback that plays for him, which I'm assuming the starter in 2019 is going to be Garoppolo. If we can get him or Mullins any targets to go to just for like the most reliable guy as a wide receiver, then that would be very helpful, because I see them struggling to find someone reliable for the most part this year in 2018. The receivers, I don't know, they can't get open. They like to drop passes, so we really need to address this year in 2018. Last year in 2017, they had a lot of good people like DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, those guys. Man, we need to find someone like that. Then, oh man, the receiving group would be even better. If they can address the wide receiver position, then that'll make the quarterback job even easier, because we do have a running game. We just need someone to rely on at the receiver spot along with George Kittle. Coming in at number 2, I have cornerback. This is a very essential position for the 49ers. They have struggled so much on the one side of the ball, opposite to Richard Sherman. Whoever it is, they just get burned every time, because most quarterbacks will not throw the ball at Richard Sherman's direction. That is very dangerous to do, and he will pick someone off eventually. He doesn't have any interceptions right now, but I mean, who's going to throw the ball in his direction? That's a very terrible idea unless you want to test him, which I do not recommend. Anyways, all our cornerbacks right now, I don't really trust outside of Richard Sherman. I mean, Akela Witherspoon, my gosh, he's really disappointed this whole year. He kept getting burned. He kept getting wrong penalties at the wrong time. I mean, we just see the game against the Giants. Man, he just got absolutely destroyed on some plays. And another game that reminds me of is the Detroit Lions game, where Richard Sherman was pretty much locked down under Matthew Stafford, but Stafford was just picking him apart. And we kind of almost lost the game because of him, if you want to say so myself. Now, I don't want to be too harsh to Witherspoon, but that's what it looked like from the eye test, and everyone's throwing the ball at his direction for whatever reason, which I don't blame quarterbacks and offensive coordinators going for, is the weak spot in that corner position. We really need to get a defensive back opposite to Richard Sherman. If we can do that, then that'd be freaking awesome. I mean, you look at the LA Rams when Aqib Talib was healthy, with him and Peters, they both are in sync together. They look fantastic, but when Aqib Talib went out, Peters looked kind of lost, and he still kind of looks lost today. We need 2 really good corners. We already have 1. We just need 1 more. I think this defense can be even better had they have a number 1A, 1B, or number 2 quarterback. Please, San Francisco, address this. It is a big problem. Before I get to the number 1 need for the 49ers in the draft in 2019, I want to do a quick honorable mention. Going to be mentioning just depth overall for every position. I would say running back, offensive lineman, linebacker, just all that. If they can have some more depth, get them into the system on whatever they're running, then I think it's going to be a fantastic idea, because, you know, injuries happen, unfortunately, and the 49ers, for whatever reason, can't avoid it. If we get the next man up mentality, then that'd be freaking awesome, and we would still be in good shape if someone gets hurt, unfortunately. If they can focus on depth just anywhere that I don't mention in this video, then I think it's going to be really good for the 49ers. Coming in at number 1 as the biggest need for the 49ers in the draft in 2019 is pass rush. Now, I mentioned this so much last year in 2018, way before the draft, way before free agency, is to find someone that can get to the quarterback, and unfortunately, they did not address that in the draft or in free agency. Instead, we are getting what we're getting right now, barely any pass rush. The only guy that I can rely on is DeForest Buckner in the interior, but other than that, on the outside, I can't rely on anyone. Maybe Eric Armstead, but he's very inconsistent, unfortunately. I wish we can go to him more, but hey, he can't make all the plays. We really need need someone on the outside. I really wanted Bradley Chubb from last year. He's doing freaking fantastic in Denver. I think they run a 3-4 defense, but still, I think he would have done well under a 4-3 defense. If we can have a really stud pass rush in 2019, then this defense can be even better. Yes, because we had the talent. We have Buckner in the middle. We have Fred Warner and Rube Foster when healthy. We have Richard Sherman. We just need an extra corner and some extra pass rushes on the exterior. We'll be fine. That's what I believe in. If they can get cornerback and pass rush, particularly in this draft, then I think we hit the nail in the head for this draft this year. Hopefully, there's a good pass rusher out there in 2019. I haven't looked at all the prospects. The only good prospect I know is Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa's brother, and looking like Oakland's going to take him with the number 1 pick overall as of right now. Currently, we have the number 2, number 3 pick overall, so, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get him, but as long as we can get someone like that or a cornerback opposite of Richard Sherman, I think we'll be good. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. You guys wanted to do a quick video on the draft, wanted to talk about this because there's some needs that we really need, and the problem has been really shown this year in 2018. Please let me know what you guys think are the 49ers needs for this draft. Please, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, and if you guys like this, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That would definitely help me out a lot. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys up more this week. See y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your day/night.